Good morning. This is the part of the service where we prepare our minds for the Lord's Supper. And I'll be doing the Lord's Supper talk today. And I'll be taking from the scriptures Luke 22, if you'd like to follow along. Luke 22, starting in verse 19. The thing that I want to emphasize today as preparing for this is we live in a world that not only today but always has been an arrogant, selfish world. I think probably we don't have to look far to see the evidence of that in our world today. It seems to be the human condition, and it seems to be one of the reasons why it's so important to have Christ, because Christ teaches the opposite of that. And part of the Lord's Supper teaches that. And actually the whole Lord's Supper teaches humility, because we are memorializing something greater than ourselves. And if we look at Luke 22, this particular section, we look at one of the apostles that are with Christ. He is going to, someone here is going to betray Christ. That's what it says in here. The part I go into doesn't really say who, but we know who it is. And that is one of the most selfish things you could do, one of the most arrogant things, and it's not humility. And I believe that humility and service is what's being taught here. And I can show that as we read. Start in verse 19. And he took bread, gave thanks, and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after the supper, he took the cup, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you. But the hand of him who is going to betray me is with mine on the table. The Son of Man will also be the Son of Man will go as it has been decreed. But woe to that man who betrayed him." They begin to question among themselves who would it be. A dispute also arose among them of who's the greatest among them. This arrogance, this conceit. I'm greater than you. I've done more for Christ than you. I know more than you do. I'm better than you. How many times do we see this in our own lives? Sometimes it's innocuous, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a simple thing. We just want to, I know that place, or it could be an innocent kind of thing, but this wasn't innocent here at all. Jesus said to them, "The kings of the Gentiles lord over them, and those who exercise authority over them call themselves benefactors. But you are not to be like that." He's talking to us here. We are not to be like that. We're not to think about ourselves in this. Instead, the greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the one who rules like the one who serves. For who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who is at the table? But I am among you as the one who serves. You are those who have stood with me in my trials, and I confer on you a kingdom. But as my Father conferred one on me, so that you may eat and drink at my table, in my kingdom, and sit on the throne judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So what we have here is a direct command that this isn't about us. This is about humbling ourselves and memorializing something much, much greater than us and being thankful for that. So right now we have the time to do that as we prepare.